Jealousy, a quiet poison that eats away at the soul of the one who feels it. You can't see it, you can't touch it, but you can feel its weight in the air, in people's words, in their eyes, in their silence. Marcus Aurelius once said, "When another blames you or hates you, or people voice similar criticisms, go to their souls, penetrate inside, and see what sort of people they are. You will realize there is no need to be racked with anxiety that they should hold any particular opinion about you." That's the Stoic truth. Brother, jealousy isn't really about you. It's about them, their dissatisfaction, their emptiness, their constant comparison to others. You become a mirror for what they lack. When they see your peace, your progress, or your calmness, it disturbs something inside them. The jealous man does not hate you, he hates the reminder of what he could have been if he had chosen differently. In our modern world, jealousy hides behind smiles, compliments, and friendly gestures. But a Stoic sees beyond appearances. He does not waste energy trying to expose jealous people, nor does he fight them, because that would mean lowering yourself to their level, and that is exactly what jealousy wants from you. It wants reaction. It feeds on attention. The Stoic path is different. It says observe, but don't absorb. Understand that every envious word or act says more about the other person than it ever says about you. The Stoic doesn't chase validation. He doesn't seek to prove his worth. He simply continues his work steady, silent, strong. Seneca wrote that we suffer more in imagination than in reality. The jealous person suffers because his imagination tortures him, imagining your success, your peace, your joy, while his own life feels incomplete. But a wise person never lets that energy invade his mind. He protects his inner kingdom like a sacred temple. When people throw envy at you, it's not a reason to fight, it's a signal to guard your peace. Think of it this way. When a dog barks at the moon doesn't bark back. The moon stays calm, shining, untouched. That's how a Stoic handles jealousy. Marcus Aurelius used to remind himself every morning, "Today I shall meet people who are jealous, selfish, and ungrateful." He didn't say this to complain. He said it to prepare. He knew human nature is flawed, but he also knew his reaction was his responsibility. That is the key. Brother, you can't control their jealousy, but you can control your peace. The Stoics teach us that jealousy is not your enemy, it's your teacher. It shows you who's threatened by your light, who's intimidated by your calmness. But most importantly, it teaches you what not to become. Because jealousy can infect anyone. If you start comparing, if you start wanting what others have, you too fall into that same darkness. So the Stoic learns detachment not from people, but from comparison. He focuses only on what is within his control, his effort, his virtue, his peace. The Stoic does not look at another man's life and think, "Why not me?" He looks at his own soul and says, "Am I becoming the best version of myself?" When someone envies you, they reveal the limits of their peace. When you remain calm, you reveal the depth of yours. That's the real power, not shouting, not arguing, but remaining still like a mountain when the storm passes over you. The greatest mistake you can make when facing jealousy is to respond with anger. The Stoics would say, don't let their fire burn your peace. Because when you react to envy, you hand over your inner control to the very person trying to disturb it. You become what you despise. Marcus Aurelius never wasted energy defending his reputation. He wrote in his Meditations, "Be indifferent to what makes no difference." And that's the key. Jealousy only works when you give it importance. When you ignore it, when you stop feeding it, it starves and dies in silence. You see, the jealous person craves attention. He wants you to notice his subtle remarks, his fake praise, his hidden bitterness. He feeds on your reaction. But when you stay silent, when you meet envy with peace, you break the cycle. You become unpredictable, untouchable. You turn from a target into a mystery. The Stoic way isn't about pretending emotions don't exist, it's about mastering them. The Stoic feels anger but doesn't become it. He feels hurt but doesn't drown in it. He observes his emotions, like waves on the surface of the sea, knowing the depths remain calm. That is true strength, calmness in chaos. Seneca once wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." So when jealousy tries to infect you, your greatest response is to become kinder, more focused, more peaceful. Not because they deserve your kindness, but because you deserve your peace. People who envy you don't hate you because of what you have. They hate you because of what you represent: self-control, progress, peace of mind, or maybe even the courage they never had. And instead of learning from you, they choose to resent you. That's their prison, not yours. Don't step inside it. The Stoic truth is simple. Jealous people destroy themselves faster than they can ever destroy you. Their anger, their gossip, their bitterness, all of it is just energy turned inward, poisoning their own peace. You don't need to fight them. Life already teaches them the lessons they refuse to learn. What you must do is this: keep walking, keep building, keep growing. Let your consistency be your defense. The Stoics believe that your actions are louder than any argument. Don't explain yourself, live in such a way that your life itself becomes the explanation. Remember this: peace doesn't mean the absence of envious people. It means their presence no longer shakes you. You can stand next to someone who secretly resents you and still smile, still feel calm, still remain grounded. That is power. That is freedom. If you ever feel surrounded by jealousy, take a step back and remind yourself, what they think is not under my control. What is under your control is how you carry yourself, what thoughts you allow in, and how much energy you give to negativity. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." And jealousy is a perfect test of that mastery. If someone's hate can disturb your peace, you're still a slave not to them, but to your own emotions. But when you can stay calm, unmoved, you have won a battle far greater than any argument could ever bring. Let them talk. Let them doubt. Let them stare. Your job is not to convince them. Your job is to rise above them. The Stoic does not chase validation. He chases virtue. He knows that peace is not found in other people's approval. It's found in self-respect. So, when jealousy knocks on your door, don't open it with anger. Open it with silence. Let them see that their envy can't reach the place where your peace lives. You've built that peace with discipline, with self-control, with reflection. You've earned it. Marcus Aurelius wrote that, "To live a good life, we have the potential for it, if we can learn to be indifferent to what makes no difference." The jealous person lives reacting to others. The Stoic lives responding to himself. That's the difference between noise and wisdom, between chaos and calmness. In the end, remember this truth: jealousy is the shadow that follows light. The brighter you shine, the darker their envy becomes. Don't dim your light to make others comfortable. The Stoic stands tall, not because the world is peaceful, but because he is.